Welcome back to Off the Bar Podcast. My name is Rafael De Los Santos, and I'm here with
Chris Will,
Michael Figueroa,
Connor O'Brien.
Yeah, this being our 11th episode, I believe, if my memory serves me right. We will be talking about the Champions League matches that just happened. We are recording April 6th at 6 p.m. The matches were at 3 p.m. Specifically speaking about Bayern Munich, Villarreal, and good old Real Madrid versus Chelsea. As you all know, we have a couple
Chelsea's
Real Madrid fans on the podcast, and we also have some Chelsea fan, actually.
One Chelsea
Singular.
fan. Yeah, singular Chelsea fan.
Fan.
Well, I mean, I'm ready to cancel my season, I think.
Don't worry.
Should we do the very quickly? Should we do the Chelsea's in the mud chant?
No, we should not. We are going to be talking about the Champions League, like I just said, and then we will be moving on to the World Cup.
Do it quick.
Who's in what groups and stuff like that, and who do we think is getting out of each group. That's going to be fun because I'll get to both rank Chelsea and the United States men's national team. Connor, lead us off with apologies, first of all, for that Chelsea performance.
For what?
A Chelsea performance.
I didn't play. I don't have anything to apologize. I'm embarrassed as a fan.
What went wrong? I mean, I almost called you Chelsea. What went wrong, Connor?
That's my father. No, I don't know. I do know. It's the whole team didn't show up. I mean, I think we could have played like 11 Harvey Vales and we would have played better. Like,
would you say that Chelsea was feeling a little blue today?
No way. Boo. I'm feeling blue. I had to sit there and watch that next to Rafa.
No, your team sucks straight up. Like, that's why I'm not even happy. Do I sound happy to you? No.
No, I mean, Kai Havertz played well.
Okay. Is that all you got?
Jorginho had a nice assist. What else is there to say? We're not as it turns out, Chelsea is not in fact a weather team.
Last episode, or like 2 episodes ago, technically, because we dropped a bonus Europa League episode, which is where you'll be playing next season. You said that N'Golo Kante was the best
pure
defensive mid ever.
I stand by that.
Yeah, he got subbed off at halftime. I'll explain that.
We didn't need defense when we were down goals.
Right. It's not that he just sucked.
No, he played pretty good.
No.
He's all right. Better than Jorginho, that half.
I just want to point out that he said Chelsea's not good at when it comes to weather, but you do know you play in London, right?
Sir, I do not mean temperature. You clearly have.
No, I'm saying like London rains like.
I challenge you to take
any place in the world.
I'd like to challenge you, Michael, to take a meteorology class because climate and weather are 2 very different things.
You said weather.
It's not raining in London.
Pours in London all the time.
That's probably the first time I've ever seen Chelsea play in the rain.
That's a lie. That's definitely
a lie.
That's a lie.
I'm lying right now. I'm lying through my teeth.
You want to know why?
I would also fancy to say that this is an outdoor sport. If you can't play in weather, like
outdoor sport,
figure it out.
This is so
Chris
not
will.
about weather, okay?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how this turned
weather.
into a weather conversation.
What he means is Chelsea
I'm doing a deflection
play,
to
whether it's sunny, whether it's rainy.
He just means Chelsea can't play outdoors.
They just can't play.
Period. End of sentence.
He means that Chelsea is going to be liquidated as a team next season.
No, it's
absolutely
no, it's actually worse than liquidation. Because at least liquidation, I would go find another team to root for. Because I'd have an excuse to leave my club, but now I have to get an American owner.
Root for Brentford.
By the way, no to Ricketts, by the way, but I'm not rooting for Brentford. That's
Move for the red side of
Root
London.
for Brentford.
Root for Christian Eriksen. What a story. Let's talk about that instead.
They beat you up 4-1.
Yeah, a lot of guys left for the international break. Brentford didn't really have that as much. They were really prepped for this game. They've been training for 2 weeks for us, and we probably took the game, did not really strategize for it, thinking about Madrid today.
Mm-hmm.
You were thinking about Madrid today? I couldn't see it.
Last weekend, we probably were. That's probably why we lost the Brentford game, and then today, because we were shell-shocked from beating Brentford, we lost.
From losing to Brentford.
So anyway,
Correct.
Karim Benzema, the best number 9 in the last decade, literally performed another beautiful hat trick. Almost had a hat trick in the first 45 minutes.
You make me cough every time you say something ridiculous.
Me?
Yeah. Luis Suarez is the best in the
Luis
9
Suarez
of the decade.
can't even lick the mud off of Benzema's shoe.
Benzema was literally a...
Benzema is the 3rd most assisting
You know
striker.
when you... Okay, so...
This is coming from a Real
Okay,
fan
so
too,
you know when you
so
stand in
like,
front of a wall and you kick the ball, the ball comes right back? That's what Benzema was for like the last 9
So
years.
let's put it this way. If Suarez was still in Barcelona, do you think Suarez would be like crushing him with Barca?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Suarez would not be like what Benzema's doing. Like,
Are you out of your
Benzema's
mind?
literally carrying Real Madrid on his backpack.
Barcelona literally made Aubameyang a professional player again.
Barcelona literally gave away Suarez because they're like, it's too old.
Dude,
It's not
Aubameyang
working.
was
That's a Barcelona problem, not a Luis Suarez problem.
Suarez is a better number 9 than Benzema in the last decade. Of course he is. The last 2-3 years, he's better. That third year, yeah. Last year, they literally, Atletico Madrid won La Liga because of Luis Suarez. He was the top scorer in La Liga.
I mean, I don't think either of them are better than Lewandowski.
I mean, you don't know anything about soccer.
Speaking
so
of Lewandowski, I'm trying to do a crazy
Lewandowski.
transition.
you don't know anything.
I'm trying to do such a transition right now, by the way.
Speaking of Robert Lewandowski,
Chris, where was he today?
I don't know. I couldn't watch the game. I was making my live TV debut and
Clap it up for Chris. Clap it up for Chris.
did not watch the game. So, yeah, I think it's just another Bayern story of sucking in the first leg, and then they're going to come back and obliterate Villarreal in the next leg.
I'll tell you where Lewandowski was in Villarreal's defense pocket. Because they were getting there, it was rough watching it. Because I didn't think I thought Bayern was going to win, first of all. I didn't do the whole prediction podcast, but I thought Bayern's a pretty solid team. I thought they were going to be Villarreal. But Villarreal has been surprising to say the least this Champions League season. They dismantled Juve at their own home, and they tied them 1-1 at their stadium. So I think, they already have the advantage. They have the 1-goal advantage. They could have scored like 2 more times. They missed their opportunities. They took too long to shoot. But I think they could beat them. I'll be more worried about it.
Well, yeah, no, they definitely can beat them. They beat them today. So, I mean, it's always possible. But,
Robert Lewandowski.
it's a two-leg thing for a reason. In the end, the what you have to do is still the same. They still have to beat them. That mission doesn't change. So
realistically, Bayern's gonna beat the living Jesus out of them at Allianz Arena. But back to real soccer.
I don't know.
Nah, dude. He needs to answer for his crimes. This is like the Geneva Convention.
But a crime happened to me. I got hate crime
listen,
on national TV.
You would be the
straight
Geneva
up.
Convention.
You were like Reece James. Vinicius absolutely.
No. Can I say something about
Shut
Reece
up.
James? By the way, Reece James was playing right wing. He had no why play defend. Your right back defend.
He's a
Vinicius
right
was
wing back.
Vinicius was bombing us, and then Christensen had to come way out of position. And Thiago had to come way out of position. That's why we.
No, he didn't. It's a 5 at the back. You have a right wing back who takes that entire
listen,
side.
Did you hear what I said? Did you
listen.
listen?
Yeah, go.
Listen, I was saying Reece James is playing way up for no reason. He didn't play right wing today. He was like wing back sweet playing wing. He was all the way up the pitch today, and then Vinicius bombed down to get the ball.
Play 5 at the back on offense.
That's what I'm saying.
The wing backs move up. Therefore, when you get countered, your wing backs are looking dummy.
He went too far up.
Do you
You
know
should have played defense.
I'm playing the world's tiniest violin for you.
Not the Arsenal fan. Not knowing this Arsenal fan's talking to me.
Right, and then Andreas Christensen and Thiago Silva and Rudiger.
But how did the
Then what?
You got
Best
clapped
defense
by,
in the world.
You got clapped by John Mateta yesterday.
Don't
Don't
trying to
dilute
turn this around to everyone else.
I have
Like,
Bro,
two teams right now. I'm
in
Real Madrid.
pain.
Like,
Match ratings.
flashing
Match
out.
ratings. Rudiger got a 4.8. Like, men's on the red
He was
team.
bad. He was bad.
Thiago Silva got a 6.3.
I thought he deserved
Christensen
worse.
on a 5.8.
He was
Mendy
bad.
on a 3.8.
Thiago Silva.
Yeah, Mendy just straight just gave the ball to Benzema. That's what's
The LeBron James of soccer. Jesus Christ, a 6.0. Absolutely. I didn't see him in the game.
Didn't do much the game, to be
He didn't
honest.
do
I was
anything.
hoping more.
He didn't
I mean,
do anything. He didn't do
you-
anything. He didn't do anything.
To be fair to you, Rafa, you did say Carvajal would pocket him, and you ended up being right. I can see the point.
No. I ended up being right about everything. Literally. Reece James was not going to be able to keep up with Vinicius.
No,
it happened.
No, because you said
I told you
Chelsea
that
would score.
that they were probably going to play Marcus Alonso left wing back or someone that was not going to be able to. Like, it didn't matter who they played left wing back. You didn't have a real left wing back who is Ben Chilwell, but he's injured. So there was going to be a problem down that side. What happened? Down that side, Modric puts a cross in. Benzema's there. The Mendy goal, yeah,
Guy ever
it's
played pretty
BS.
good.
No one cares.
I care.
Yeah.
We're stat bad.
He was their best performer.
Yeah.
It was a good
I'm
goal
pretty
he
sure
scored.
we can pull the clip on Connor saying that Reece James was going to pocket Vinicius, though.
Did Vinicius score or assist in this game?
He assisted Benzema's first goal, you
That is
buffoon.
right. That is right. That's right. My bad.
And so did Madrid.
Did he score?
He
No.
assisted, bro.
I
Did Pulisic assist or score?
I-
Did Mason Mount, who you dared compare to Pedri, assist or score? No.
did not
Oh,
dare.
never.
I did not dare
Yes, you
compare to
did.
Pedri.
Yes, you
Pull up the
did.
group chat 'cause I said.
On Twitter, you did, buddy.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's the
Receipts.
no,
That's straight up
Receipts will be pulled.
That
Receipts will be
may be
pulled.
the pot account. That may be the pot account. In which case,
It was the third person.
it's got to be one of the moderators. You also have moderator control. Was I framed?
Yeah, but I only tweet valid things.
No, you like spam when Madrid does something bad. That's the only time you ever use the pod Twitter.
No. I mean, you use
feel
it
like
for. I'd rather do that than do like
I
something
can't wait to tell everybody I was
audacious.
framed on the Twitter.
No, you compared Mason Mount to Pedri. Mason Mount was literally an elementary school kid compared
Well,
to Pedri.
I think allegedly what was posted on the Twitter, if my memory is right, by whoever was running the moderator account at that point, Mount and Gallagher are the English Pedri and Gavi.
But they're not because
That's
they're
not
just
all-
not.
That's like not a good
But,
comparison.
okay.
That was not.
You can put Gallagher
I know-
and Mount together, it still wouldn't even be Pedri. So it's all good. They probably wouldn't even be Gavi. So I don't even know what to tell you.
If Pedri was English, now
Yeah,
But like, let's go
Gallagher's
back. Let's go back. So I told you that the back line was gonna be a problem. You also said the Conte was the best CDM on planet Earth ever. You were completely wrong. He got outclassed horribly today. Do you think they're gonna make a comeback at the Bernabeu? You think they're
No.
gonna beat Real Madrid by 3 goals?
No, I really just want to see Harvey Vale play. That's it. Like I'm out. Like I'm out. I might even come in to watch it.
So
next
what does
week.
this mean for Chelsea's future? Because you're not.
Nothing.
You're gonna
Doesn't
play
mean
Europa.
it doesn't
I
change
assure
anything.
you, you're gonna play
Doesn't-
Europa League next season.
I promise we're not.
There you are.
No, because I mean, well, one, that just means we get more time and energy to focus on the rest of the season.
You're gonna
Really crack me up.
so let him find that third place.
No shot. Michael's talking.
It's like
he's got to play.
You
He has
know
to
what?
play.
I hope we play in Europa League. That way we get more.
Michael, we got 6
That way
points
we get
against Crystal
like
Palace. How many did you
more
get this
energy
season?
and effort towards the Prem, which we're still gonna end behind Liverpool and
Michael,
City.
in a 10-day span, you have to play West Ham, us, and Liverpool. You're not winning any of those.
Dude, no one cares about Arsenal. I'm not even
We
gonna
don't
lie
have
to
to play Liverpool.
That's
We
what
have
I'm
to play
saying. No
against
one's.
Man
It
U.
doesn't
not-
matter. We could lose out.
we
We
are
would
not
not
gonna
give
talk
you.
about
I
Arsenal.
I just want to say that I am very confident in Arsenal's ability to stay top 4, and I hope that happens.
I can't wait for you to bottle the Tottenham.
But it's Rich you saying that Arsenal.
We're not
isn't strong
talking about
against
Arsenal. This man's gonna remember when he said that Chelsea was gonna come within 3 points, and that's being nice because
Yeah,
the original thing,
I owe you.
the original agreement was 2 points, and you said 3 after. But you said that Chelsea was gonna come within 3 points of Liverpool, bro. Jesus Christ,
Technically, that could still happen.
that's not gonna happen.
I promise you.
Yeah, technically you could beat Real Madrid, but
If
Won't.
Arsenal
See.
end up top 4 and they make a good signing in the summer for a striker, we're making a better battle for the top spot than you guys were.
bro,
you guys say the
okay. I
same.
hate to break it to you. You can
No.
buy whoever you want. You're not gonna do anything. Chelsea's not gonna do anything. Arsenal's not gonna do
I'm
anything.
saying
Well,
doing
it's 'cause-
better than
it's 'cause
Chelsea.
City or Liverpool are winning the league for the next like 3 or 4 years.
I don't know because
I
I
know.
think
Listen,
because
I'm-
Liverpool
I know.
like Liverpool is a great team. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna say Arsenal's gonna beat Liverpool right now because obviously we haven't beaten any of the top 4 teams, so I'm not gonna talk smack here right now. But I feel like Salah thinks he's gonna leave. He's talking about leaving. There's a very big problem there, and if they lose Salah, I don't think they're gonna be as competitive.
Right. They're just gonna have Jota, Luis Diaz,
Mane.
and Mane.
It's still not gonna be
Firmino off the
same.
bench.
Oh my
Harvey Elliott off the
goodness,
bench.
man.
Yeah, but Firmino isn't like crazy.
Bro, Firmino will start at Arsenal right now.
Well, yeah, we don't have a striker.
Reality check. He's not crazy, but he'll start at my team.
We don't have any number 9. The number 9 that we had, we just gave it to Barcelona for free, and he decided to remember how to play football again.
Actually, you guys were bad. God, I'm in such pain.
We were
right now
we
on
were
the
2
pod.
points behind you, by the way.
What stage of grief are you in, Connor?
What's denial?
A river in Africa.
It's okay.
Is there a deflection one? Is there a deflection stage? Because I'm definitely in the deflection stage.
There isn't, bro. You just gotta realize that your team's not gonna be a team anymore next season. That's fine.
No, we're just gonna get American owners, which somehow is worse. No to Ricketts.
No, I think you're past the denial stage. You're in anger now.
I'm in anger.
Yeah.
I don't feel angry. I just feel like really sad inside.
Speaking of things that anger me, the Qatar World Cup.
Oh yeah.
Which part about it angers you? The fact that it's in Qatar, or
The
just
fact that it's in December and that you have to wake up at 5 a.m. to watch a game.
Mm.
Are we even gonna bring up the human
Between the
rights
human
violations?
rights,
Yeah.
the human rights?
the 5
and
a.m., the fact that it's impossible to actually play in that World Cup. I like how they moved it to December, and they're like, we need to still have air conditioning, which apparently has a massive carbon
No,
footprint.
the thing
So
is-
good job,
The
FIFA.
thing
fact
is,
is
I
you-
called them up and I was like, "Look, we need content for the podcast, so can you move it from the summer to the winter?" And then they were like, "Yeah."
I think what I'm most mad
Could be
about is
better
that
than
the U.S. got screwed out playing on Thanksgiving.
No, we're playing a day.
No, the
after
day
this.
after. They play England the day after
I know,
Thanksgiving.
but the other game in that group is on Thanksgiving.
So
Okay.
I would have liked to see. It'd be dope. I'd like to see them on Thanksgiving.
the United States
Next day, I'm
plays
traveling.
England
I'm gonna be
the
traveling
day
back
after
to
Thanksgiving. You
That's
can't
the
tell me
mo-
that's not legendary.
Pal, I'm gonna have
That
my
is-
FSU. I'm gonna be traveling
Yeah,
back
it's
to
gonna be
Gainesville.
legendary when
That
they
is
beat
gonna
the
be the
brakes
most
off you.
watched game of all, like of
No, it's
American soccer.
not.
No American football's on that day.
Group A, we have Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands.
Senegal and Netherlands making it out. Netherlands first place. Senegal second place.
I hope Qatar end in the bottom of the group.
You're not pro Qatar.
Negative
here?
30
You don't think
goals.
Qatar
No, they're not gonna do anything. Ecuador is literally not a real country, so it's whatever.
I don't know. Ecuador is the second youngest team there, and they've actually been pretty impressive in the South American.
I think they're pretty
qualifiers.
good South America wise, but they're just not gonna beat Senegal, the AFCON champions, and Netherlands, who's like.
But the thing is
ranked
that
highly
you
for
have
no
to
reason.
remember how difficult the South American qualifiers
I think you have
are.
to remember how badly South American teams play against European teams.
I wouldn't.
That's
say
true.
that.
I would say that.
You don't think Qatar gets something going, being the home team?
I hope they get wrecked.
No.
You don't
Do
think they
remember-
rig something a little bit? Just a
No.
little.
I thought they're.
It's all a money game anyway.
I honestly thought the group was
Billick's
going to
gonna
be
have his
easier
ACL
because of
slashed.
that, and then I saw the group and like, there's no way.
I mean, I think no matter what happened, their group, they were gonna not. They weren't gonna be the favorites of the group, no matter who got put in it. Like,
That's true.
but
But now we got, I think, is the most interesting group to watch. We got Group B, England, Iran, USA.
You say that-
The most interesting group to watch.
But okay,
There's so much history there.
Respectfully, I'm gonna front for the U.S. here, but respectfully, there is a group with Spain and Germany in it, and you think this is the best group to watch?
It's
Bro,
super
that's not- dude.
because
Michael,
there's no
Michael.
guaranteed who's gonna get out of there. Like you look at
Michael.
Spain, Germany, and Japan.
God, I'm
you're
taking over. You're not.
guaranteed that two
No,
are
no,
gonna
no.
get
There's no way you're moderating the rest of them. I'm taking over.
I'm sorry,
Listen,
but you
Group
can't.
B.
The
Oh
thing is
my
that I don't think US are that certain to get out of Group B, and I will hold it to it.
No,
Most
I-
interesting group to watch.
the U.S. was like, no matter what group the U.S. was in, like they don't play with enough consistency to be like a locked in favorite to get out of any group. I think they can do it. Like I think anyone that doesn't think the U.S. is like possibly getting out of this group is just delusional. Like I think
There is
very
no way they're getting out of this group.
I promise they're getting out of this group.
Oh, okay.
There
Both
is
of you are
no
wrong.
way they're
There's
getting
no
out of this group.
guarantee on both sides
Yeah, I
because you
wouldn't
have
say that
no
either.
idea what
First of all,
U.S. team
There
will
is
show.
First of all, by the- first of all,
zero
by the way,
chance
we got-
that the United States of America gets out of Group B at the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022.
Why?
Buddy, we've been in a group.
Why?
Why?
Because you're not beating England, who are Euro finalists.
Being in 2010 was a worse
Remember
squad.
You beat 'em
24.
when?
We
When?
beat in 2010.
2010.
Listen to me.
Okay, I'm 19 years old at University of Florida as a sophomore. 2010, I was 8 years old.
That was a better England squad
Alright
than it is
then.
now, and
Oh
we had
my
a worse
God.
team.
It doesn't matter how good the England squad, how good the USA team was. What matters is the discrepancy between them now. You talk about Euro finalists versus a
It's,
team that's
it's a lesser
Oh
discrepancy.
my God!
It's
You,
less of a
you tied with
discrepancy.
Mexico and you lost to well, you beat Costa Rica, but talk about England, bro.
Buddy, we've been
But here's
trashing
the
Mexico.
thing. You
They
have
can
to
literally
also-
sell Harry Kane for parts and buy a better
Mexico's
team.
beaten
than
us
you, like,
one.
theoretically.
Mexico's beaten us like once in the last like 5
You're
matches.
you're struggling against Mexico. England literally made it to the
We've
Euro
been
final.
clapping Mexico for like 2 years.
Here's
Dude,
the thing
I'm
you
not
have
even-
to
there's no
remember:
argument.
the United States has not lost against England in the World Cup.
I don't care.
They haven't lost
I
against
don't
them.
care.
But here's the
literally.
reason why I find this group interesting. We have USA against England, football versus soccer, obviously. Then we have
Well, I think
Iran
there's
and US,
Yeah.
which you know,
Throwback to George
obviously
Bush or
there's a
something,
lot of
what?
like hate there. And then possibly we could have Wales, Ukraine, or Scotland. But
Look.
I think it's going to be personally. I think it's going to be Wales.
I think it's gonna be Wales.
That's going to
I
be.
don't think you're beating
rough.
Wales. You're not beating
You're not
Wales.
backing Billy
You're
Gilmore.
not beating Wales.
I'm backing Billy Gilmore. Scotland's going through.
Dude, you're just.
Listen,
I don't even know.
Listen.
I don't even know.
The strep's getting to you. It's in your brain.
That's a
dude.
toss-up group right there. if I
It's
see it.
not. It's England Wales. It's so simple.
I wouldn't say that. 'cause
Wow.
I would
England-
definitely say that. You're not beating England.
But England.
What
always
historically
bottles
from
tournaments.
England has told you that they can play with 100%
That
consistency to for
literally-
sure win this group?
The Euros, which was literally not too long ago, they made it to the final.
That's the first
The
time
first
England's ever
time?
performed in a tournament.
That's fine, bro. If you would have made it to the, first of all, you play in CONCACAF, so all you can do is Gold Cup and like Nations League.
The
Like,
bias.
there's no bias,
It's
bro.
incredible bias.
Harry Kane. Okay, I keep saying Harry Kane. That's probably their best player. Let's put it this way: Marcus Rashford.
He might not even
Every
make that
player
squad.
on that
He might
team
not
is
make
just
that
better than
squad.
every player on the United States team.
All right, let me give you
Of
one.
course
Let me
they
give
are.
you. Let me ask you a
Oh
question.
my god.
Who do England usually play against? Like what clubs do they? What other nations do they play against?
What does that mean?
Don't just answer the question. Who do they usually play against?
What do they play against? Like, what are you saying?
And what where do they play? In Europe, right? Against European nations. What's
Sure.
the average weather in Europe? It's pretty cold, right? Pretty well temperatured. CONCACAF is spread all over North America, and it's pretty damn warm. And Qatar, even when it's like that, and even though they say
Right.
that it's going to be air conditioned,
Yeah.
with possibly making the World Cup 100 minutes for some freaking reason, I don't know how the European clubs are going to compete with that weather.
There's
That
no-
is a different aspect.
So you
because
think-
up until the 2014
No
World
shot. We're
Cup,
talking about weather again.
because you have to talk about up
Yeah,
until
yeah,
the
yeah.
2014 World Cup, no European club has won in South American soil. So
Mm.
now we're in a brand new area that no one's ever played against. The only nations that are guaranteed to know how the heat works are going to be probably the AFCON
Dude,
nations and
Harry-
maybe South
Speaking, no.
America.
Harry Kane's gonna be
Speaking
in
of
front
this,
of goal. Harry Kane's gonna be in front of goal and be like, "Wow, it's hot. I'm gonna miss."
Harry Kane's gonna be like,
speaking, no. Speaking of that 2014 World Cup, England sucked in that World Cup. In a group of Costa Rica, Uruguay, Italy,
Yeah.
and England. Italy and England dropped. That could very much be a climate thing.
That
Yeah.
English team sucked as a whole, though.
No, they were still
Yeah,
pretty
they
decent.
sucked. No, they sucked.
Okay, against Costa Rica, these people,
They
they were a
sucked.
better squad.
That was a transitioning squad for
They
England,
sucked.
to be fair. But
What about
that
England?
sucked.
What about Italy? And Uruguay and Costa Rica, were they the
Italy was
favorites to
great
win
that
that group
year.
still?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, I don't know how to break it down to you. Like, if it wasn't for Pulisic making the Champions League final last season, you wouldn't have a single champ. Like, none of those players have ever played in the Champions League final or a semifinal or a quarterfinal. Like, they just don't play big games. They
And-
struggle against little teams.
And England
bro,
historically struggles in anything.
I know I keep bringing up Harry Kane, but just to like give you like Harry Kane is a FIFA World 11 player. Harry Kane has made a Champions League final.
Yeah.
Harry Kane literally led the Premier League in goals and assists in the same season.
Wow, he's really impressive. He must have a lot of silverware to back it up, right?
Dude, he's a baller. If they had just won the penalty shootout, we're talking about the Euro.
He must have won like
winners.
Champions Leagues, like
Dude,
Euros,
I'm not gonna like who
any
does the
tournament.
United States
Lots of
even
trophies in
start,
his
bro?
cabinet.
We're talking about like West, dude.
But what I'm saying is that you have to
Name
acknowledge
okay,
weather
dead
is a
serious.
huge
Name a
factor.
player on the U.S. men's national team that starts on the English team over the whoever's playing for England.
Tyler
Put
Adams.
really?
Is
No,
their-
he's
with their
over
midfield?
Declan Rice. Real
No,
deal.
they played
Over,
a two-man midfield.
over Calvin Phillips as well.
Who's hurt? Yeah. Who's hurt right now? Yeah.
I'll play Henderson. Before
Right now, this
I'll
World
play
Cup, at
Henderson
this
before
moment in
Tyler Adams.
But here's the issue. You have to look at. So we're
You're
gonna look
out
at
of your
England.
mind.
Let's look
I'm
at
playing
let's
Henderson.
Adams
dissect.
can play center back. They have
But-
no center back.
but let's dissect England.
I'll play
He's not-
Eric
he's not
Dyer
gonna
before I
right
play
back.
Tyler Adams.
They have what? They have Jack Grealish, they have Sancho, they have Saka, and they have Rashford. Rashford, Sancho,
Jude- oh,
and
by the way,
Jack
Jude
Grealish
Bellingham.
have not been performing this year. Do you think they're
Okay.
gonna perform in the middle? Mind you, with they have a week of practice
they're
until the
playing.
World Cup starts.
Bro, all those guys are better
They're
than any of your
thrown in
attackers.
there
Who do you
in the
have?
whole climate.
Jesus
It doesn't
Ferreira,
matter. It's the World
Pulisic,
Cup.
who got
It's a-
absolutely pocketed by Carvajal, who just came back from injury, and Mendy, who just came back from injury.
If
and then
this-
Salah had to be subbed off
if you
at
put
halftime,
all these
and
teams
Alaba,
in
who
the
plays
league,
CDM as
different
center
story.
back.
I'm
None
telling
of
you,
your players are good.
I think
You
he's forgetting
thi-
about Tim Way.
World Cups are a completely
Timothy
different beast,
Timothy
bro.
Weah is absolute garbage. He's not good.
Starts for Lille.
He's
doesn't
not
matter.
good. Good for
Won
him. Where's
last
Leo in the
season.
League On?
He plays
They
pretty
won
well for
last
us. He plays pretty
season.
well for us.
They won last season. That has nothing to do with this
They're starting
season. They
right-
won the
they're
Champions League
starting
this.
right wing.
They won the Champions. Chelsea won the Champions League last season, and now they just got 3-1 at home. Like, who cares about last season? It's a whole new season.
And this is a whole new World Cup. It's a whole new part of the year. We're literally almost a year away from
Yeah,
this.
This is
and
crazy.
just
I'm about to
how long
expose
ago
Raf,
did you
by
tie
the
to
way.
Mexico? How long ago did you lose to whoever you lost to? You got baby by Canada the other day. Like, England is literally the Euros finalists, bro.
Bro, Canada
They
was
didn't
smashed
struggle
us,
to
by
get
the way.
there.
Yeah, but also
US
England played
scraped
every
to get
game
there.
at home in that tournament. That's not like it wasn't
matter,
that crazy.
bro.
It is so
It
much an
didn't matter.
advantage
It
to
doesn't
play
matter.
at
Obviously,
home
it's
soil
a
with-
home advantage,
but
bro.
literally, like,
but they
Raf-
literally bodied every team they played.
Harry Kane could be like,
No.
oh, I'm just
Yes,
gonna
they
go
did.
home.
They would dominate
Semifinals,
every game. And
semifinals, they barely got out of that.
No,
bro.
I wouldn't say that. If this would have been a more.
But
neutral
what I'm
round, I
saying
feel
is
like
that there's
teams would
something to say, whereas the U.S. there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say.
The only thing I have to
There's
say
nothing
is
to
this
say.
is an.
And then this
open
isn't
nothing
even
to
like a
say.
purely like England or
Was it-
USA. Like USA could still finish second or like high enough
They're
third.
not beating Wales either.
Why?
I
You're
wouldn't
just
say that.
not.
Why?
Wales knocked out Austria, who was literally insane in the Euros
Bro,
as well.
Austria has
All
always
you
been
have
a
to
struggle.
do is
Oh
pocket
my
Gareth
God.
Bale. That team has nothing.
All you have
Gareth
to do
Bale
is
doesn't show up
pocket
for that team. They don't have
literally-
anything else on that team.
Bro,
showing up Aaron
Daniel
Ramsey?
James starts for the U.S. men's national team right now.
No,
Harry Wilson start. What?
no.
I'm not gonna entertain anything.
No, he
Carl says
doesn't.
today. No, he doesn't. Okay.
So I see USA coming out second. I can see them even possibly coming out first. I don't know how England are going to perform in this tournament. Neither do I say anything about Wales.
Bro, Daniel James literally starts in the Prem
what
right
happens
now.
if-
The only player that you have that also does that is,
By the way, you're also assuming Wales is getting out of their playoff.
dude, whoever, Scotland or Wales.
Scotland does not have the attacking power to get past us.
Right.
That's true.
Shea Adams is not.
Okay,
going-
like, please
Shea
remind me,
Adams?
who was
No.
it that the United States lost to, like, recently?
Costa Rica in a game that didn't matter.
Okay. Costa Rica.
In a game that didn't matter.
All we had to do is just not lose by 6.
Not lose by 6.
You
Our
lost.
guys,
to
our
Costa Rica.
guys
barely
were
played
jogging
anybody.
around. Most of our guys, a lot of starters didn't play. Other guys were getting pulled after like 50 minutes.
You lost. To
That
Costa
game
Rica.
did not matter.
No.
In a game that did like that. Okay, that whole argument makes zero sense to me because
How?
in a game where it didn't matter, they qualified if they didn't lose 6-0.
Bro, like no, like you think that players go in there like, oh, this game doesn't matter. I'm not gonna try my best.
But
No.
what I'm telling
No,
you,
I would
to
actually
Costa
argue
Rica.
that their focus was not 100%
Oh
there
my
for games like
God.
that.
That's an
really didn't care.
excuse. That's something like, oh, maybe they weren't. No. That's
What
just a
if they
maybe.
win that game? What changes for them?
The
That you
majority
didn't
of
lose to
followers
Costa
suck.
Rica.
No,
where the
no,
United
but
States
does
men's
it
national
change
team
where they
had.
are in those standings though? No.
Bro, you're going to get slapped by England, like for sure.
So
and you're
what?
gonna
So
get
what if
slapped
they
by
get slapped by
Wales.
England? So what if they
England-
get slapped by England? Then what?
Then
They lost
then
one
you're fighting
game?
for second place.
They lost one game.
Then you're fighting for second place, and you have to play either Wales or Scotland. Most likely Wales, who was literally insane, knocked out Austria. Like what I'm saying is,
Austria is not that good.
they're better than the U.S. men's national team.
I wouldn't say that. They just play in Europe.
That's facts.
No,
That's actually
of
facts.
course
That's facts.
bro.
I wouldn't say
Okay.
that.
That's facts. No, Austria legit has like 2 good players, like
Name.
It's not that crazy.
Alaba Baumgartner.
Tell me what do you think is gonna happen? Like, tell me who gets out in first place. Tell me who gets out in second place. No
England's-
maybes. Like, tell me straight up.
England first by a lot. U.S. second.
I wouldn't say by a lot England. I don't know. I feel like
We'll take points from them.
I am taking a lot more into consideration the fact that Qatar is going to be extremely hot and not all these stadiums are closed indoors. Obviously,
So Iran wins the group.
I can't
Iran's gonna wreck.
believe our arguments for. By the way, I got clowned for saying a weather thing about Chelsea a minute ago. I can't believe we're talking about weather again.
Well, the thing is
I
that
don't even
Chelsea
think it's a
played
factor.
once-
Literally,
No,
It's not a factor.
Germany
It's
showed up
not
to a
factor.
Brazil World Cup and won it. So like, I don't know, like,
but
what
that's
are
the
you saying?
first time.
Right, and then in South
European
Africa,
country
Spain
done
won. Like,
that.
I don't know, like, where are you getting
Every
this
other,
from?
it's
an
not a
air
very
conditioned
normal thing.
That's like if you said,
happens.
oh, if Real Madrid plays like Zenit and it's snowing, no, Real
They're playing in
Madrid's still gonna win.
December too.
Dude, it's gonna be hot, but so what? They're professional athletes, bro. If you think
It takes a lot more to affect than you think.
but like the weather's, it's a factor.
It's
but,
a huge factor.
dude. They're
You
gonna
can't say
get
it's not that
like
big of a
they're not
factor.
gonna like their first day in Qatar is gonna be for a game. You know?
Because the difference is that like usually in the World Cup you have like a month to prepare where you're in the training camps actually getting ready to get used to the area. This one literally they're gonna finish their leagues and
Dude,
within a week
it's
they
just
have to
way
start
hotter
playing.
in Qatar than in the U.S.
But you
anyways.
you
Like,
have 1 week to prepare for that tournament.
it's hot for the
A
U.S. men's
majority
national
of
team
those
as
U.S.
well, though.
a majority of the people in the U.S. team won't even be playing at that time because some of us are from like most of the players are from. I'm not even sure how accurate that is because I'm not a big fan of the United States. Like naturally, I don't follow as much, but I'm assuming there's a lot of players in the team that are from like the MLS, right? During the MLS at that time, they have a break. The star players are obviously going to be in Europe. We have Pulisic, Weston McKennie, Sergio Dest, and Reina. But you can't just ignore the fact that Qatar is extremely hot. England has never proven themselves at all in any tournament. The last time England won the World Cup was in 1966. You know
When
what?
was the last time the U.S. men's national team won
But
the
that's the
World
last time England. That's not just the last time England won the World Cup. That's the last time they won a major tournament.
I don't think anyone here is arguing that the United States national team is gonna win the World Cup.
No, wait,
Let's be
no,
really
no,
clear.
no.
That
It's a
is not.
This is a stepping stone, so we can win 2 World Cups from now.
I'll be honest. Like this is not the year I expect the men's national team to perform, but the next World Cup after this.
When it's home soil too, especially like we should.
Oh, well, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think England could probably. I think England, as a sense of the talent they have, they'll come out first. But I feel like USA can squeeze it through the second round.
Rafa, where's the Dominican Republic? Which group are they in?
It's not our main sport, you know. In baseball, we beat the brakes off the U.S. men's national team all the time.
against like retired guys in like college baseball.
What do you think?
players.
Who do you think is on the Dominican
Whoa.
team?
Like
Well,
legitimate
we're
MLB
not
players.
gonna
Like, we're not gonna
do
talk about
some-
another sport, but like that's
We're not gonna
it's
do
crazy.
some
That's
fights
the
with
lengths you have to go
baseball.
to like defend a bunch of bums. Like
No,
literally,
the lengths you have
U.S.
to
men's
defend.
national team is a bunch of bums.
That's a fraud. This World Baseball Classic, by the way, like doesn't even matter.
What we're gonna do?
There's no way to talk
Yes,
about baseball.
bro. Like we're not gonna talk
Yeah,
about
we-
baseball.
let's
bro.
not talk about baseball, please.
That's an off the bar guarantee. We're gonna talk about a separate sport for no reason on the pod.
But back to what I was saying. I just don't think that the players on the U.S. men's national team are at the level of like I know you keep saying that, oh, maybe they're just European, but like they're European for a reason. Like that means something. That means that most of their players.
Yeah, it means they were born in a different country.
No, it doesn't. Okay, for example, like do the Welsh players, like the majority of them, do they play in the domestic league in Wales? Like no, bro. They're like they play in the Prem, they play in La Liga, like they play in real deal
That's like saying-
competition.
I'd
Rafa,
argue
that's
that
like saying,
a
like, I don't-
majority of the starting lineup for the U.S. men's national team doesn't play in the MLS.
Yes. But they play against actual to get to where they to get to where they are now, to qualify to the Euro playoff, whoever it is, Scotland or Wales, has to play way tougher competition. Yes, the CONCACAF or the CONMEBOL, like, it's tighter, like you could say, but that doesn't mean that the teams are better. Like,
I just think giving England a guarantee they're going to get out of group is a stretch. England is a great squad, but if I know England, and I've watched a fair amount of World Cups since 2010, England is world class at bottling their chances. They will have a wonderfully talented squad, and they will ruin it.
Historically, they've done that a lot.
Yeah, 2014, 2010,
dude. There's no way. I know, but there's no way. Like, yes, but we can't sit here and be like, England has always done that, so they're gonna do bad. Like,
the last World Cup was their best.
What you look at is the roster.
And that was in Russia.
Dude, you look at the roster. You look at who's on the team. You look at who's coming in form. And the truth is, the U.S. men's national team does not have. They definitely don't have the players, and they definitely don't have the form that the English players have. That's just England. I think it's a given that England, like, when I say it's a given that England is gonna finish on top, I don't mean that's for sure. It's soccer, bro. England could be the last place team, and Iran could get first. Yeah, that's the nature of the sport, and I guess that's what you're trying to tell me. But I'm trying to tell you that I acknowledge that, but realistically speaking, England is gonna wipe the floor with the entire group. Is that gonna happen? Who knows? It's soccer. But if we're taking like odds, like without running the experiment, England first place, and I think Wales is gonna be the one to make it, or Scotland. If it's Scotland, I don't know. If it's Wales, in my opinion, seeing how Wales played in their qualifiers to get to that Euro playoff, I think they'll beat the mess out of the United States national team. That's just me.
Respectfully disagree.
I think we should.
That's fine.
The three of us respectfully disagree, I think.
So
That's
now,
fine.
It's okay. The USA is going to upset England the day after Thanksgiving, and it's just going to be a historical moment.
It totally could happen.
It could. Well, yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Black Friday, the purest of American holidays, we're not losing.
Yeah, it could also be that's England's only loss, and you still don't make it out of the group. Like,
so we can skim through the other groups. So we got Group C, like I said, like 20 times earlier. Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland. I don't think it's going to be that crazy of a group. I feel like Poland can probably push out, but I don't know. I have a feeling that's going to be Argentina and Mexico. Argentina are favorites to win it. The whole tournament, obviously, because they have Messi. But
what? You
Yeah.
think Argentina's favorite to win the World Cup?
they're one of the favorites, yeah.
No.
They're like the only, like one of the only South American countries people mention religiously instead of
Michael's
Brazil.
doing a lot of bold takes in the podcast.
So
No,
there's-
I don't want.
okay.
I don't think Argentina's gonna win it, but that's a name
for
that
like
a lot
knocking
of
you
people are
down
saying it.
like Jenga towers. So remember when Michael said that like the USA was gonna win? That's why he's wrong, because of what he just said right now. So we can't trust his judgment. There's Michael gone. I'm guessing Connor's out next. We'll see what he's.
So let me give you like this thing. I don't like Argentina.
think
I've
pretty
never
good,
liked
actually.
Argentina. Argentina, I think is overhyped. The fact that they won the Copa America against Brazil
and they made the World Cup final in 2014.
Nobody wanted to win, and they literally squeezed through the easiest route for the Copa America for the World Cup in 2014. I don't think Argentina are gonna win this World Cup.
Okay. Who do you think is getting out of the group
Argentina, Mexico, probably.
in that order?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going Argentina, Poland, actually. I don't think Mexico are strong this year. I think they're very top heavy in terms of like their attack being good.
They did hold you to a 0-0 at the Azteca.
They did against a weakened, hurt team of the United men's national team, which, by the way, don't not know because
They
you
still
say,
did it.
because every time I bring up Chelsea to you, you bring up that argument. So don't.
Yeah,
talk to
but
me.
at
Do
the
not
end of the
talk to me
day,
about
Connor,
injuries.
at the end of the day, you beat Chelsea beat Real Madrid. That's what it says on the stat sheet forever and ever. Like,
Sweet. So stop talking about it then.
I'm not. We beat you today
Jesus
3-1.
Christ.
New conversation. Go on.
I might. You're lucky you're on film because I might jump across the table.
I'll literally body slam you through that window.
So
Try.
now we got
Okay.
Group D. An interesting one, people.
Let us say who we think. Michael.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm permanently removing moderator status from you.
No.
Argentina is getting first
Okay,
place.
Rafa, who do you think's coming out of Group C?
I think Argentina is getting first place. I think Mexico is getting second place, but I do think that Mexico could be Argentina because if anyone chokes, and like you say, England chokes, and I agree, so does Argentina. Remember how they had to like escape against Nigeria in the last World Cup?
Plus, it's like revenge right there for Mexico.
Yeah, and like Mexico beat Germany last World Cup, so I don't know. They could do
Yeah,
anything.
I think Mexico is one of those teams that like you can typically rely on to like beat a team they probably shouldn't.
Yeah, but not the USA.
No, because they should beat the
they
USA. Like that's just historically.
the USA is not a
They
team
should
that
not beat us.
beats teams that they shouldn't. But,
I would actually agree with that. I would,
all right.
Historically, this should be this.
but historically, like
Group D.
I mean, this past year it's just been CONCACAF.
No, we still
teams,
got to
so.
keep. What are you thinking? Argentina, Mexico?
I'm thinking Argentina, Mexico, but I'm gonna agree with Rafa on this one that Mexico could actually win the group, just because I think, just historically they're very consistent in what they do, and like even though like their squad isn't typically like the most talented team in these groups, like last World Cup they beat Germany, so yeah, I mean, in anything I'll usually take Mexico taking it just because I respect them enough.
Interesting. What about you, Connor?
I don't respect them. Poland's going through.
Okay.
Group D. Okay, so we got France, Who's the Intercontinental Playoff one? Is that Costa Rica, New Zealand, or is
It's UAE, so United Arab Emirates.
not getting through?
They're playing against Australia, and
Not
the
getting
winner plays against Peru.
Also not okay.
I think Peru can be really.
I think Peru's getting through.
Yeah.
You think Peru's getting through?
I
If
think
Peru make it,
Peru's
yeah.
making the group. Like they're the ones that are gonna play
For
in that group.
No,
No, like
he
make
thinks
it
they're
into
gonna-
the
sorry
tournament.
about that.
I think
My bad.
Peru can also make it determinant. And I
Yeah.
think Peru can also make it out of the group.
I think so.
Yeah. Like,
That I don't agree with.
I don't know, dude.
No, Peru.
Heck no.
I give
Absolutely not.
as someone who watches a lot more than I like to Colombo qualifiers, I feel like it's a very rigorous and hard one to get in. The fact that Peru made it is impressive, especially when they beat out Chile and Colombia, who've made it consistently. So I think they can get out. Denmark can actually be very impressive. They have a pretty good squad. They can do some wonders. France, I think, are going to come out first. Tunisia, I'm sorry, Tunisia.
Yeah, I mean Tunisia has no chance in this group. I don't know. I mean it's got to be. To me, it's like France, Denmark though. Like I don't know how you wouldn't. Denmark's a good squad. Eriksen's coming back. Like he's top to bottom. They're pretty.
Am I the
decent
only
squad.
am I the only one using the last Euros as a reference? Because I swear to God, like it's definitely France, Denmark.
I
Like,
feel
I
like-
agree with Connor. Like there's no way like Peru's beating Denmark. Like they could, but like I don't think so.
But if you want to use the last year as reference, Italy should be in the World Cup right now.
That is actually a fair point. Soccer changes all the time. Like
Yeah, which shows how hard it is to qualify for the European teams. Like
That's
you
true.
said for Peru.
that's true.
That's true. So, Chris, what do you got?
France and yeah, I'm gonna stick with France and Denmark for this one. I don't see too many surprises happening in this.
Move on to Group E.
Group E.
Group E.
The Axis Power Group.
I don't think
ask this group what they were doing between
I don't
1930
think
and
that this is
1945.
I think Germany should team with Japan. They'll be really good.
I don't think
That worked out really well for them last time.
I don't think that this is the hardest group, to be honest.
Interesting.
You
I think
don't
it's a
think
good group, though.
I think it's a good group. I don't think it's
No.
the hardest group. I think that the group we'll talk about next is the hardest group.
So, playoff 2, that
Yeah.
would be.
Playoff
who?
2 is good old Costa Rica versus New Zealand.
You know, I think any other group Costa Rica might be able to get out of, but I mean, just Germany and Spain are like obviously getting out of this, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't think there's.
I'm not sure we
no
need to discuss
chance.
this one. Do we think Germany? or
One team is
Spain-
choking because they always do. In all of these groups, there's always a team that ends up not making it.
Well, technically, it's like the winner of the previous World Cup doesn't
The
make
World
it through.
Cup curse, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be France, and that's not happening. So
But that curse only started in like 2010 when Italy didn't get out of the group.
I mean, if there's any like soccer superpower that I don't think has a chance to not get through their group, I think it might be in the next group. We're gonna talk about that. Like, we're talking about Group F. Group F: Belgium, Canada, Morocco,
I mean,
Croatia.
let's not jump. Group
Oh,
E.
you want to stick to
Yeah,
Group
let's
E?
get rid of-
My bad.
Yep,
my
yep.
I
bad.
mean,
I'm jumpy.
I guess
I'm jumpy.
the argument is like who gets first.
I'm having
who
that
gets second.
post-depression rebound from the Chelsea loss, and I have a lot of energy.
So if we're agreeing that Costa Rica is getting through, so it would be Spain, Costa Rica, then Germany, Japan.
Oof. I'm going to basically just say it's going to be Spain, Germany.
In that order,
I'm going to Germany, Spain in that order.
I'm going Spain, Germany.
I'm going Germany, Spain in that order.
But I would not be surprised if one team there battles it.
I think the only team that could like give them a run for their money is Japan. Like
Yeah.
Japan got knocked out by Belgium last time.
They did really good in the qualifiers too, so they can actually make a nice run.
But Japan should have beat Belgium in that
Yeah.
game.
I wish Japan didn't get in that in that group because it could have been more fun to watch in the tournament. But
But yeah, go ahead. Group F.
Group F. Okay, we got Belgium, Canada, Morocco, Croatia. How are we feeling about this, lads?
To me, it's simple. but I already know you guys disagree with me a lot. I think it's Belgium, Croatia. Like,
I agree.
I don't even know if it's not. I think Croatia could definitely end on top of Belgium, but because I think that like Croatia won't be able to beat Belgium directly, but they won't choke against the other teams. I think Belgium will. I don't even know. I don't even like. Can you count Eden Hazard as a Belgian player? Like, is he really gonna be Eden Hazard?
He will not make much of an impact.
We have Torgen Hazard.
But like I
Playing
know
wing
that
back,
like
probably.
I know that Eden Hazard doesn't play good for Real Madrid, but when he plays for Belgium, he is really good.
Yeah.
That's
You have
true.
Eden Hazard, Torgen Hazard. You have Carrasco who plays for Atletico Madrid. You have two tall Belgian defenders. I forgot their name again, but
What's the name of that one winger that plays?
Vertonghen and
What's the name of that one winger that
Alderweireld.
plays in France? Like Daka, not Patson Daka. Daku?
Denier.
No, it's a Belgian player. Yeah, Jeremy Daku. He played insane in the Euros.
I don't
He
think
was
he's-
literally baking whoever they played
He
against.
is really good, but I'm not sure if he
Played for them in the
starts for
Euros.
team.
I
Did he
don't
start for
know.
them?
He started. I think.
Did he?
I think they played England. Did Belgium play England in the Euros?
I would say no. I don't think so.
There was someone that I think it might have been Italy. Yeah, it was Italy. Jeremy Doku was absolutely killing the Italian team, like insane dribbler. I don't know. I just don't like Belgium as a whole team.
I have a weird intuition that I think Belgium's gonna win the whole tournament. I have no clue why. There's no
if
facts.
you're gonna stay consistent and say that England's like historically bad and they're gonna get knocked out, then like you gotta stay consistent and say that Belgium's the. If anyone chokes and doesn't meet expectations, it's Belgium. I don't even know why they're ranked. Number one.
I won't disagree with that.
Well, they aren't anymore. Brazil is.
Oh, they're like number 2 then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Insane.
number 2.
Yeah, they
Blows
finally
my
dropped after like a couple years.
Blows my
Yeah.
mind.
I for some weird reason I can't explain it. I have a gut feeling that Belgium is gonna win the tournament. If not, it will be
Yeah.
Brazil. But I do think it's gonna be Belgium, Croatia. But Croatia, like they did last tournament when they were not expected to come out first and they literally bodied Argentina, I won't be surprised.
I am not sure Croatia's getting out of this group. I feel really strongly about Canada.
I wonder why.
Okay, not the bias claim again.
It is a bias.
The bias claim. You're the
Yeah.
most biased person on the podcast.
I am
Call me
not.
biased. You are. I promise.
I
you are.
literally tried to bring like stats and like, oh, they played good in the last Euros, and you're just like, USA, well, patriotic, they're so good. But
Okay. Listen. I'm just going off facts.
I was like, England literally finalists for the last Euros. No, England's trash. But, all right, go ahead.
Well, at least
Okay.
Tell me how Canada is gonna beat Belgium. And
If you
Croatia.
watch, like genuinely, if you watch Canada play in the last year,
Dude, to be honest,
and they're playing that without Alphonso Davies,
to be honest,
They're playing with
No. but are
doesn't
they
play for them the last
better than
8
Belgium? Is Canada better than Belgium?
I'm not saying they're better than Belgium. I'm just saying.
I just want to remind everyone
I
that
think they
they're
can beat
playing each
Croatia.
team once.
Yeah.
I think they can beat Croatia. That's what I'm saying. And I think Croatia could also lose to Belgium. I
Canada.
could see them losing to Morocco.
Canada will beat the World Cup finalists from last World Cup.
I don't know. Croatia are still pretty damn solid.
They got better.
Yeah.
They have like no attack.
What do you mean? The guy that gave an assist today to Benzema?
Out of midfield.
Yeah.
Ante Rebic.
Old.
It doesn't matter.
Old.
like 27.
This is Canada's like first World Cup.
Alfonso Davies. Yeah, okay.
Alfonso Davis and Jonathan David.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Canada gets out of this.
Dude, don't be surprised if Canada loses to Morocco. Like, what are you saying to me right now?
No, without Ziyech.
Maris.
Ziyech.
Ziyech doesn't play for them anymore.
They have Hakimi.
They have one guy out of 11. That's
So does Canada. Davies.
Buddy, you have not watched Canada if you think they have one decent player.
Just because they beat
Kyle Lair
just-
and Jonathan David.
Oh my God! Just because they beat the USA doesn't make them
Sorry.
a valid team.
Buchanan. They have good guys.
Buchanan. Jesus Christ.
Tayon Buchanan has played very well for them.
Yeah, for who? Who does he play at club level?
Montreal.
Why?
He's from Canada. He wants to play for a Canadian club.
He wants to, or he just can't play anywhere else.
He wants to.
I don't think any
Right.
person wants to play in the MLS.
He had championship links like last season.
And only the MLS.
He has champion.
Maybe should have
championship
told
links right
no to like Bayern. Be like, you know what?
I'm gonna stay in Montreal.
right,
That's
right
his
here.
choice.
I like it.
now. Guys don't always want to leave their domestic leagues.
I want to win the CONCACAF Champions League. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so Connor, who do you think? What Canada's getting second place?
Belgium, Canada. That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
I'm gonna say that Croatia's winning the group and Belgium's coming in second. Morocco's coming in third. Canada's coming in fourth. Sorry, Canada.
He's coming in fourth.
I think so.
Poor
I
Canada.
I think
it.
just the lack.
Pocketing Morocco.
Just a lack of players.
Yeah, I don't.
Exactly. Same thing with USA, but you can't see that.
I'm blinded.
You're blinded by the
It's
stars and the
It's a Canadian
stripes.
Chris Will.
Dude, I'm going with Belgium first place, Croatia second place, Canada third, Morocco fourth.
Ooh, interesting.
That's literally what's gonna happen.
Now moving on to Group G. Is that the one you say is the most competitive one?
No, the
Rafa?
most
No,
competitive one
Group
was
F.
F.
Was F?
Yeah, Belgium, Canada,
agree.
Morocco,
Oh,
Croatia.
really?
It
Hmm.
definitely is.
I agree.
I feel like Group G could be pretty interesting too. You have Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and Cameroon.
I think it's just a race for second place. I think Brazil's
It's a-
running
yeah,
away
it's a
with
race
that
for second
group.
place.
Brazil doesn't get 9 points.
Yeah.
Brazil should get 9 points easy out of this.
Mm.
They could tie. They're not gonna.
I don't
lose.
know. I don't remember a time when like Brazil had a problem in the group stage of the World Cup.
They're pretty consistent
but
In the group stage.
in the group stage.
Yeah.
CONMEBOL teams struggle against European teams because they're just much bigger and much more physical. But Brazil is a team full of superstars.
Yeah, I think this is probably, in my opinion, this is probably the most talented Brazil team in a while.
Yeah,
And the last
definitely
two
more
World
talented
Cups.
than the last two World Cups.
Yeah. Even I'll even say the 2010 World Cup because they had a bit of age there.
Yeah,
But yeah, we have Brazil, who didn't lose a single game in the qualifiers.
I mean
Probably
without
come out solid.
Neymar, they're still an insane team.
Yeah,
I think they're better without him.
Neymar.
I think everyone
think so,
thinks
too.
that they're better without Neymar.
Who do you think is coming out second though? If that's gonna be a nice argument then.
I'll say it's
luck.
Serbia just because I'm racking my brain for. I also did not watch many of these, but it's like it's basically in my mind it's like Vlahovic, Jan Sommer. I can think of a game.
Jan
Give me like
Sommer's
10 seconds.
Swiss.
I'm gonna say Switzerland comes out second because of Shaka.
I mean, you have Shaka, Jan Sommer, you have Mbappe.
Shaqiri.
And they performed well in Euros if we're
They
basing it off
They
of
did.
like previous-
Now you want to use it.
Yeah.
No, well,
Talking
like
about Euros.
no,
Are
like
we
no
talking
matter
Shaqiri
which
now?
way of that argument you go, there's a counter in Italy for every single one. Like
We
Italy
don't
is
talk
just
about
so inconsistent, going from winning Euros, not making the World Cup. Like we can,
Yeah, but that just shows how competitive that European qualifier is.
yeah.
That the champion didn't make it.
I don't think they should have.
There's no reason why you should be like Italy should have been in this World Cup. There is none, other than the fact that they just lost and didn't make it.
They did poor. They did really poor. In
They
the
just got beat by
qualifiers.
like soccer. Like I tweeted it out when it happened. Like that goal had like the soccer gods behind it.
No, literally, it did.
Literally did.
It was beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
That was soccer gods punishing Jorginho for getting third and Ballon d'Or.
I mean, he missed a
The
penalty, but that's literally his
That's
own
fair.
job.
He said it will haunt him forever.
I think Brazil's gonna get first place, and I'm gonna go with. It's really hard because, like, believe it or not, having Vlahovic up there, like, for the first time, is really a difference maker. But I'm still gonna go with Switzerland just because they played better in the last Euros, and because they have more players. In Serbia, I know they have like Milinkovic, Savic, and Vlahovic, Handanovic. Wait,
Handanovic might not be
Slovenia.
playing. No, Slovenia.
Slovenia.
Yeah.
What I think is gonna happen, I feel like we won't know who gets out of
Serbia.
Group G until like the last day, as in like second place.
Dude, Slovenia's not in here. That's crazy. They have a really good team. They have Oblak and Skriniar.
Oh, block.
Campbell. from
Holland's not
Leipzig.
here either. So
Yeah, but
Holland.
there's no. I mean, there's barely anyone on the team.
Odegaard's on the
Odegaard,
team,
that's
too.
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, Connor, what do you think?
Brazil, Serbia. It's kind
Fair
of
enough.
five-ish. Yeah. Group H.
Group H, the group of revenge, I like to call it. You have Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, my bad, and Korea Republic, South Korea. I think this is going to be interesting, and I'm going to say something I think might be controversial, but I
Son
think
wins the group single-handedly. Like it's not the Korea Republic.
Dude, I'll
it is
give-
the Son
the
Republic.
Republic.
I'll
Son.
give you $5 and you name another player that's not Son on that team.
I'm not
Oh.
trying to. I'm not pretending like I
Oh,
can.
I'm not going to, I don't know.
I actually. Wolves plays right wing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're not gonna get it.
Hwang. Oh, I can get it. No, I can get it. Hwang.
10, 9, 8, 7. And that's not even how you say his name, but okay.
Hwang.
6,
It's like HWANG
4,
hyphen
3,
CHAN
1.
Park.
Done. No.
That's not it. That wasn't it.
Hwang Hee-chan.
I knew it.
So I think
That's
Portugal is going to come on first, which, Portugal wasn't exactly the most consistent in the qualifiers, and even though they have a very nice squad, I don't know. I feel like they can just like my consistency problems with Portugal. The same thing what you could say with US. They're not as consistent. They should have because they're a lot more talented. And I think Ghana might come out second.
Oh my God.
Yep.
What?
Ghana.
Michael's
Throwing-
doing a lot of hot takes on
They're
the pod today.
Yeah.
Was
I mean-
Portugal in pot 1 for this? Like they played into the tournament, like through the playoff, and
Yeah.
they're still the pod 1
It's
team.
That's
based
by
on,
ranking.
the world rankings.
Oh, that's how they. Okay.
Yeah, it's really bad how they do it.
Well, I mean, it makes
doesn't make
sense.
s-
Like
It
realistically,
sort of makes sense, but
like realistically, they're the best team in this group. They should be the best team in this group, and like all the teams that are at the top should be.
I would usually say Uruguay will get out, but I think everyone's going for Uruguay's head. Portugal got eliminated last year from Uruguay. Ghana, for obvious reasons, back in 2010, really do not like Uruguay, and I think Suarez is going to be playing there, so they're going to be going for his throw. And I have no idea why Korea would be there, but I'm just going to say Korea doesn't like Uruguay because I feel like it. But yeah, I think Uruguay is going to be a target on their backs, and I think that's going to be difficult for them to compete in this group.
yeah, I think if we're sitting on it, Portugal did not play very well going through. Like they barely got out of the playoff. I think they still get through though, just because I mean, unless like Son has to have like the best like. He might have to have like an all-time like performance to get out of this group, to be honest, just because like he's not going to get a ton of help from Korea. Ghana, I just don't think has like the star power to get past like Uruguay and Portugal. So I kind of think Uruguay could beat Portugal based on like, I mean you know like Darwin Nunez is gonna come in there, like cut it out. Like I'm going Uruguay 1, Portugal 2, I think.
This is as simple as it gets. I have Portugal first, Uruguay second. It's self-explanatory. You're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Diogo Jota, Ruben Diaz. Like France has that kind of star power. Uruguay is literally gonna beat up Ghana and Korea Republic. Valverde, Cavani, Luis Suarez. There's a bunch of other players. To me, this is simple.
I don't think this is like a close group. Like I think this is one of those groups where like Portugal ends with 9, Uruguay ends with 6, and then the other two just like tie each other or something.
I think Uruguay and Portugal could drop points to each other or tie. Like basically what I just said.
No,
Yeah.
if you guys were talking about the last World Cup, South Korea beat Germany in the group stages.
Yeah, but you know,
And they didn't-
Yeah, but that Germany squad was not very.
We're not gonna
That,
count
that was
miracles. We're
still
not gonna count
that
miracles.
was still a pretty good Germany squad.
Look,
It's just they
The biggest thing moving forward will be what happens with that U.S. team. I hope I'm right so I can laugh in all your faces. But yeah,
I'm about to win all my McChickens back.
no, you're not. But that was basically the episode. We talked about Connor's Chelsea being absolutely horrendous.
in the mud.
And then I got
Chelsea's in the
to
mud.
Chelsea's
poop on
in
the
the
U.S.
mud.
men's national team. in the World
Connor's
Cup.
sad because Chelsea's in the mud.
Yep,
Rafa.
that is my new ringtone. But yeah, my name is Rafael De Los Santos,
Chris Will.
Michael Figueroa.
Connor O'Brien, no to Ricketts.
and this has been Off the Bar Podcast, a special edition where Connor is an absolute loser.
In the mud.
In the mud. I can't even. Oh, I can't even contest that.
You're right.
And
Catch you next time.
Peace out.